I want to know, where are all the don't tread on me people at? Where are these people at? Where are the don't tread on me people now? Not a flag, not a bumper sticker. I mean, in real life, when people are actually being stepped on, where are these people at that don't like to be treaded on? You guys remember the license plate that you used to see everywhere? You see the flags in people's yards too. Don't tread on me. It'd be a rattlesnake in the middle. Don't tread on me, right? Don't tell me what to do. I don't have to wear a mask if I don't want to wear a mask, or if I choose to wear a mask, I can do what I want to do. Got the freedom of choice, but a woman can't choose with her body. Whatever. It's just interesting now that they're nowhere to be found. It says that slogan used to mean something. It meant resistance to tyranny, skepticism of power, and defending personal freedoms. That's what the whole purpose. Don't tread on me was a slogan. It used to mean something. It meant resistance to tyranny, skepticism to power, defending personal freedom. It meant I just don't trust authority just because it wears a uniform or writes laws. That's what that whole ideology behind the rattlesnake was, right? A rattlesnake is a very dangerous creature. It has a very great defense mechanism. It can stand on its own. It has a lot of great characteristics of somebody who would not want to be treaded on. But I haven't even heard that narrative being pushed anywhere. I see less and less of those license plates for some reason. These movements here in America seem to just kind of be like fleeting movements, right? They come and they go. They come and they go. They just kind of disappear over a period of time. But somewhere along the way, it stopped being about freedom and started being about convenience, because you don't only shout, don't tread on me when it affects you, but stay silent when it crushes others. That's what's happening. Don't tread on me. You can be treaded on. I don't care if you tread on those group of people. It doesn't matter to me, as long as I'm not being treaded on. That's really what it means in America. America is such a selfish place. The ideology in which we're all in these silos and separated by all these different pieces in the world, from wealth to poverty to skin color to male, female, whatever the case is, we're all separated in these different silos. And that's the most interesting part. And when people were thinking that it's not just a principle, but it was just a costume, that's what it turned out to be. The don't tread on me people were wearing a costume. It's something that's convenient to put on for a period of time, and then you don't see them anymore. So that's one of the, a lot of these organizations kind of fail by the wayside. A lot of them, they just disappear. I think they're started with good intentions, or either they start and they just lose steam over time. So people are looking for the next thing to latch on, which hate is always convenient to latch on to. It's always available. There's always enough hate to go around. I've never heard there ever being a lack of hate. So when people are over policed, right? When people are over policed, whenever you're in a poor community and they're surveilled like enemy terror, whenever the laws protect corporations but punish desperation, and when you are with your freedoms only, it applies to certain zip codes. Freedom only applies to certain zip codes. And where you are when freedom only applies to certain zip codes, that's what you got to keep in mind. That it only applies to certain zip codes. Don't tread on me. It doesn't obviously apply to the entire country. I would love to see Fox News run that campaign, don't tread on me, but they just kind of let that narrative die. They were the big proponents of pushing it and having mostly middle-aged white men rocking that type of ideology. Don't tell me what to do, but I can tell you. That slogan wasn't meant to don't tread on me, but go ahead and tread on me. That's what it really meant. It's not that the freedoms are something that they were seeking. That's tribalism dressed up as patriotism. Tribalism dressed up as patriotism. We got a group of guys that are out here saying don't tread on me, stand up against tyranny. We saw them, I think a lot of the don't tread on me flags were out during January 6th. We saw that in the crowd. You could see them waving, some of them. So that crowd was there, but now they're, I don't know. And I think that's the part that's missed. I can tread on your neighbor, and I will be treading on you in a few days. Whatever I do to your neighbor, trust and believe I will come and do to you. That's funny, because when people think they have privilege and they're exempt from certain things, then reality checks you. Reality brings you kind of back full stop. So there's a turning point. There's a turning point here. Real don't tread on me energy is uncomfortable. It questions your side too. It asks who benefits from the rules and who pays for them. It doesn't disappear when the oppressed don't look like you, vote like you, or worship like you. It doesn't just disappear. If you're truly about don't tread on me, then let me see what you're talking about. Where are they at? Where are these people located? Do you guys even see any flags anywhere anymore? Any license plates still? What does that mean? As long as you don't tread on me and my family, because at some point you're going to need some help too. No one is invincible when it comes to wanting help here in this place. So I'll ask you again, where are the real don't tread on me people? Because if your freedom requires someone else's silence, you were never anti-tyranny. You were always just afraid of losing your place in the hierarchy status. That's really what it was. Right? It's based on a hierarchy, right? I have certain privileges here. This group has certain privileges here, and this group may have little to no privileges here. And as long as I remain at the top of the food chain, I don't have to worry about being brought down or subjugated to how the lesser communities are being treated. Because it was a powerful statement, powerful movement. Yellow flag, huge rattlesnake in the middle. It stood for something, and now you don't hear anything about it. And that snake on the flag, it wasn't meant to guard power. It was meant to bite it. It wasn't just meant to be okay with what's happening. It was actually meant to do something about it. Imagine if a snake only showed its fangs. Think about that. A snake is a very powerful and dangerous creature. Imagine if it only showed its fangs and never bit anyone. Would you ever be afraid of a snake? There is a snake amongst us, and it's actually using teeth to bite people. And you're watching people in this system get continuously infected by this hatred, this lack of compassion for others, this level of hierarchy that exists inside of this system that's slowly eroding away. But again, where are the don't tread on me people? Where are you guys at? Are you guys going to unite and do something? Are you going to speak out about how people are being treaded on? Some of our constitutional rules are being eroded. Nobody's going to speak out about that. And you notice too, the news, I don't know, the news is such a big thing. I won't get into it, guys, but I appreciate it. But the news is such a big thing. I'll leave you with this. The news is is so good at playing us against each other, right? It's so good at making you believe one thing when it's not true, when literally you can go ask your neighbor and they'll tell you exactly what it is. But we rely on a third party source to kind of bring us this information that's kind of being more destructive than anything. We're not having real conscious conversations with each other. But I'll leave it at that. Where are the don't tread on me people? If you know somebody who doesn't like to be tread on, put their name in the comments.